Welcome to another edition of Fandom Yoga with the Kansas City Public Library. I'm Alli Bernskoetter and I work for the Kansas City Public Library. I'm a certified yoga teacher and a librarian and way into all this geeky stuff. So today we are going to be doing gamer yoga. That's right, you heard me right. All of the poses that we're going to be doing today are inspired by your favorite video games, apps, etc. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start sitting down. And if you have a yoga mat at home, great. Use that. If you don't have a yoga mat at home, you can always use just like carpet or even hard flooring. Just make sure it's not too slippery, and then you should be just fine. You don't need any other special equipment. The only thing I would recommend is a thumbs up from your doctor that says that you are cleared to safely exercise. All right, here we go. Let's get started. We're going to start off with Kirby breath pose. We're going to be seated just in a comfortable cross-legged position. And you're going to make your spine, your back, as long and tall as you can. Almost act like you could pull a string from the top of your head, and like that would pull your spine straight. Next, we are going to inhale like Kirby. So when Kirby inhales, it's like, right? And when Kirby inhales, you know, Kirby blows up like a big balloon. Okay, so we're gonna kind of make this shape with our arms. We're gonna hold the breath for 3 seconds, and then we're gonna push all the air out. Okay, are we ready? 1, 2, 3. Nice, let's do it 2 more times. Just imagine Kirby is turning into partially Kirby and partially Kirby's enemy, whoever he swallowed. I love that. All right, next we're gonna do some gamer neck stretches. Now, this is one of the only poses that I have today that's not inspired by a specific game, but rather it's here to help gamers to relax their shoulders and neck muscles while they're taking a break. So when you're gaming, it's intense, right? You are usually kind of hunched over, your neck is tight, your shoulders is tight, and everything is like super crunched and cramped. Adrenaline is usually rushing through you because you are trying to do something really hard. There's not a lot of time. It's fun, but it's also a little bit stressful, right? It's that fight or flight response. So what we want to do is occasionally pause the game, or maybe when it's like you just finished a really hard level and you're getting ready to start the new level, it's really good for you and your concentration and focus and your muscles to take a few moments to do some of these stretches. So the first one is a shoulder roll. So we're going to raise the shoulders up as we inhale, and then exhale and completely relax them. Let's do that again. Inhale, raise the shoulders. Exhale, let them melt. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Melt the shoulders. Now we're going to roll our shoulders forward. Okay, so both shoulders are rolling forward and back and around in circles. 2 more times. And then we're going to roll the other direction. Okay. Just kind of stretching out those shoulders and back muscles. All right. Bring your shoulders to a place of stillness, and then bring the gaze all the way up, making sure your spine's still nice and straight. And then open your mouth. Feels a little awkward, but it really takes all the stress out of your jaw. All right, now very, very slowly and carefully, we're gonna bring our chin all the way down to our chest. So right now I'm looking at my Zelda t-shirt. This is the Triforce, the symbol of Hyrule. What's on your shirt? Bet we got some cool t-shirts on out there. All right, Next, we're gonna take our right ear, and that might be your left, my right. We're gonna take our right ear towards our right shoulder and take our left hand and just raise the floor with those fingertips. Breathe in and out here. Bring the hand back in. Take the head all the way back up to a straight position, and then we're going to bring the other ear towards the other shoulder, taking the right fingers out, raising them over the floor, stretching out that neck. Nice. So just taking a minute or so between levels whenever you have gotten the game over, lost all your legs, whatever, and do those neck and shoulder stretches. You'll be thankful. I'll show you some wrist stretches here in a little bit. Okay, next we are going to come to our knees, and we're doing one of my favorite poses. So any Mario Kart fans out here will know all about Rainbow Road, the longest and sometimes most difficult race in the game. So what we're gonna do is take our right foot, and it might be your left, but my right, and we're gonna put it out beside us. Take our left hand and place it on the floor so it's directly under your shoulder. And then we're gonna take our right hand and make a rainbow with our hand. So that the rainbow ends with one long straight line from fingertips to toes. Always reminds me of SpongeBob, like imagination. We're gonna hang out here for 3 more breaths. Maybe you can hum the Rainbow Road song in your head while you're doing this. All right, take that right hand, bring it all the way back, lift off of the other hand, and take your right hand and you're gonna slide it down this leg, and we're gonna make a rainbow on the other side. So taking that hand up, arcing it over the head into a rainbow shape. And here, your temptation is gonna be to kind of cave in, but instead of doing that, just think of an open rainbow. So keep that heart open. All right, let's take that hand back. Bring the right leg back, and we're going to move the left foot out this time. Bring the right hand onto the floor, and let's make our Rainbow Road on this side. So one long line from fingertips to toes. Who is your favorite Mario Kart racer? Do you like to race with different people or characters, or do you go for the same one every time? Take the hand back, raise the right hand, making it a rainbow as you slide your left hand down the leg. I always play with Kirby on Super Smash Brothers and Yoshi on Mario Kart. And I've been playing Mario Kart since the Super Nintendo, so it's been like multiple systems. I am loyal to, I almost said Kirby again. I am loyal to Yoshi. Right hand back. And next we're coming into another pose inspired by the world of Mario, the Mushroom Kingdom. We're coming into a Yoshi egg pose. So for Yoshi egg pose, you're going to hug the knees into the chest, flex those feet, straighten the back, and imagine that you are inside of a Yoshi egg and you're about to hatch. Now, what is this Yoshi egg going to hatch into? Usually it's going to be a Yoshi, right? But this time it's not. On the count of 3, we're going to open up and I'll tell you what we're going to become. 1, 2, 3. We are becoming Pac Man. So Pac Man pose, we're going to take the hands overhead, the feet out with straight legs, and then we're going to try to eat all the fruit you can. But we gotta do it fast so that we don't get chased away by the goose. 1 more. And bend the knees. That was pretty hard, right? Okay, next we're going to do Sonic Pose, inspired by Sonic the Hedgehog. And we can't quite spin as fast as he can because he's amazing. But we are gonna roll on our backs, rocking and rolling. It should feel really good on your back. We're gonna roll all the way over the knees onto our hands and knees, and what we're going to do here are some wrist stretches. Some stretches for your wrists and your hands, because when you game for a long time, a lot of times you can have some wrist and hand soreness. So right now, what we're gonna do is very slowly, with our fingers spread wide like a star, we're gonna slowly lean forward just a little bit so that our wrist is kind of supporting us forward. And then we're gonna come all the way back. Next, we're gonna turn our right hand in a half circle. And you might have to move your knees up a little bit. And then do the same thing with your other hand. So your fingers are spread like stars, but they're all facing you right now. And if you want, you can stay right there. This is a really intense stretch. Or you can very slowly, carefully, cautiously lean back like a micro inch. Just a little bit. And that's a really good stretch for your wrist. Okay, we're gonna flip the hands so that the fingers are facing you, but the backs of your hands are against the mat. You're gonna very carefully, slowly lean back until you find a really nice, pleasant stretch. It shouldn't hurt. It should feel like a really good stretch. All right, awesome. Flip the hands back over and go ahead and just like sit up and wring them out just a little bit. We're gonna get ready for a weird combo of two poses that we're going to kind of go from one pose into the next and then back and forth for just a couple poses. The first pose is Bowser pose. So we're gonna round our spine, acting like we have spikes on our back. That's our Bowser shell. And then we are crossing the road into Animal Crossing. And we're gonna we're gonna create like a scoop in our back, and we're becoming Isabelle from Animal Crossing. Looking up, we got like our little puppy ears going on here. And now we're gonna turn evil. So round the spine, become Bowser. Awesome. And then make a scoop in your back and become Isabelle. Awesome. Okay, so we are going to do Wii Fit Trainer, because we kind of had to do Wii Fit Trainer, right? And so for that pose, we're going to kind of make our feet to where our toes are on the ground. Raise the right hand up. Take the left foot back. So opposite hand and foot combination. We're going to stay here for just a second. We're going to bend that knee so that the foot is up. And this is a crazy challenge. You may or may not want to try this, but if you're feeling a little flexible and fun, we are gonna reach back with that back hand and see if we can grab the foot. Can you grab it? Great. If you can, lift that foot up and release. And that is Wii Fit Trainer. Now we did it on one side, so now we gotta do it to the other. So we're going to reach our left hand forward this time. Our right foot back. Tuck in your core. This is your core. You want to make sure it's nice and tight and strong. Bend that knee and see if you can reach the foot back, or the hand back to grab the foot. And if you can't, raise that foot up into Wii Fit Trainer pose. Once you're ready, release the foot. Place the hand back on the mat. We're going to rest here for just a second. All right, scoot the fingers forward and get ready for Triforce Pose. So Triforce Pose is what a regular yoga class would call downward facing dog. We can kind of walk our feet a little bit, but notice we are in the shape of a triangle. So this is a natural Triforce Pose. Just breathe in here for a moment, catching our breath. And get ready, because we're going to the world of Pokemon. If you like Pokemon, there is an entire Pokemon yoga sequence in this Fandom series. So check that out. But we're just going to do one today. Lift the right foot into the air. Bend the knee. We're making our leg into a lightning bolt shape. So you guessed it. This is Pikachu pose. Straighten the leg.
put it down, and then we're gonna bring that right leg all the way up to the front of the mat so that it is between the two hands. And you can lower that back knee onto the ground, making sure your knee is right above the ankle. And we're getting ready to come into Cloud Strife pose. So you know Cloud Strife and maybe from Final Fantasy games. And he's got this giant sword. So we're gonna lift both hands up and we've got our sword behind our back. So you're gonna clasp your hands behind your back like you're holding a sword. And open up that chest, maybe bring the chin up because Cloud Strife is not someone to be messed with. Awesome. Okay, we're gonna change the hands so that they are in front of us. Now we're turning into Lara Croft from Tomb Raider's pose. We're gonna draw our arrow back with our right hand. Our left hand is in front of us. Looking fierce, looking out over that left hand. Getting ready to shoot our arrow. All right, hands swing down. We're gonna lift up off of that knee, send the right leg back. And we did those 3 poses on one side, but now we're gonna do them on the other side. So lift your left foot up, bend the knee into Pikachu pose once again. Pikachu! Pika! Straighten the leg, bring the foot down, and then you're gonna bring that foot all the way to the front of the mat between the hands. Lower the back knee. And we are going to come into Cloud Strife pose again. So lift both hands up. And we're gonna grab our sword right behind us. He's got the sword kind of over his shoulder. It's like the biggest sword I've ever seen. It's insane. We're gonna bring the hand right in front of us. Notch the arrow, bring it back with our left hand, right hand's in front, and we are Lara Croft from Tomb Raiders. Breathing, looking focused right in front of us. Okay, and this next pose is for all of you Minecraft fans out there. That's right, we are coming into Steve pose. We're gonna lift up off of that knee, send that foot back, and then we're coming into Steve pose, which is like a plank, like a push-up. Only your hands are super straight, your body is super straight, because you're made out of blocks, right? Stand right here for 3, 2, 1. And we're gonna lower down. Does anyone remember that Spyro game? We're coming into Spyro pose. So go ahead and look up. Got a little back bend in our back here. For just a moment. Lay the hands down and lay the forehead down onto the hands for just a moment to rest. Now, this next pose, there are 2 possible names here. I couldn't decide, so I'm going to let you decide which one you want it to be. The first one is Cheep Cheep pose, which Cheep Cheeps are the fish in Mario. Okay. Second option is Bass Fishing Championship pose. So there's lots of fishing games on game systems, but we're gonna lift both hands up, both feet up, and then we're gonna kick our feet and swim, and we are swimming. And I just started thinking of the underwater song in Mario. Do 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 da da da. Da, 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 da. All right, lower the hands, lower the feet, lower the head onto the hands. Rest for just a moment. Awesome, you guys are doing great. Okay, we're gonna come to a standing position for a moment. Okay, so coming to the front of your mat, your feet are about hips distance apart, so they've got about maybe that amount of space between them. You're standing strong with your arms by your side. Your chest is puffed out a little bit and proud. You're coming into Master Chief Pose. That's right, we're doing a halo pose. And we're gonna stay here for just a moment and find our focus, find our courage, find our determination. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. As you breathe out, imagine all of your fear leaving you. You raise the hands up, you are Peach, and you have your parasol, your umbrella right in front, right over your head, Princess Peach. And then we're gonna dive down. Step the feet back. We are in our Triforce Pose again. Now lift the right foot up and then take it all the way to the front of the mat. And we are going to lift the fingers off the mat. Here we are in Yoshi Pose. This is our second Yoshi reference. You can put your hands however you want, but I kind of think of the Yoshi hands as being kind of in front, like a little, sort of like a T-Rex, but way cuter, right? Our front knee is bent. Our hands are kind of like this. Very nice. Okay, now we're getting ready to go into a flying pose. Specifically, we're gonna be flying into an airplane, or flying an airplane. So we're gonna take our arms out wide like an airplane, step our back foot up a little more, and see if you can lift it off the ground. And we are Fox McCloud, which always makes me want to say, do a barrel roll. So here we are, flying our airplane. You might fall, and that's okay. If you do, you just pick it right back up. And then we're gonna lower that foot to the front of the mat. We're gonna step that right foot all the way back. Okay, so we're coming into this on the other side. We're first coming into our Yoshi pose. Front knee is bent, hands are kind of like this. And on the count of 3, we're gonna take our arms out wide into cloud, or Fox McCloud pose, or maybe you wanna be Falco. We're not. Take the hands out wide, step the foot up and away. Lift that back foot up, flying. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna step that foot in. And coming kind of to the middle of the mat here. We're coming into this star shape, right? And in Mario, you really want stars. Stars gotta give you a lot of power. So for our star pose, we're gonna kind of go back and forth until you find a good balance. We're gonna try to balance on one foot here. Hands out. And star pose. 3, 2, 1. Let's go back and forth until we find our balance on the other side. You can tell I'm a little biased towards the world of Mario. Okay, speaking of Mario, we are going to come into our Mario pose. So Mario pose, we're gonna imagine that our left leg is a tree, and there are roots coming out at the bottom of that foot. We're gonna take the right foot and bring it off the ground with the knee bent. All right, if you're here, great. If you're here, go ahead and try to lift the left hand up, and you're reaching like you're jumping Mario, jumping up for your box. See what's in that box. Is it a mushroom, a star? Is it a tail? Is it a feather? Okay, take that foot down, take the arm down. Now we're gonna imagine this right foot is a tree branch, or not a tree branch, I guess it's a tree trunk. And there are roots growing out of the bottom of the feet to the ground. We're gonna lift the left foot up, bend the knee, bring the right hand up, and you're gonna reach for your box, jumping up. It's me, a Mario. Or for Luigi, maybe you're gonna think about Luigi's Mansion, and maybe you're gonna shake. right? Or maybe get your little vacuum cleaner thing. You're gonna suck up some booze. Okay, take that right foot down, left foot down. Very nice, great job. Okay, we're gonna bring both feet as wide as you can so that the ankles are kind of right below the wrist. Point your right toe towards the right side of the room and bend that knee. Bring the arms out wide. We're coming into Mega Man pose. Mega Man's like the hardest game in the world for me. There's no way I can get through those levels. When I watch my husband play or my brothers play, I don't know how they do it. It's crazy. But they do. They just keep trying and trying and trying and trying until they achieve it. Which is kind of why we are gonna keep going and going in this pose, it seems like. Just joking. Straighten the right leg. Bring those toes, right toes, point them forward. And take your left toes and point them towards that side of the room. Arms are outstretched. Sink into that knee. We're gonna bend that left knee this time. Coming into Mega Man pose on the other side. Pew, pew, pew. Just imagine big balls of light leaving your hand. Some kind of blaster for sure. All right, straighten that leg. And we're gonna take both feet in just a little bit and make sure that the feet are pointing diagonally to the corners of the room, okay? And we're gonna put our hands on our hips like Crash Bandicoot, and we're gonna sink in here. Crash Bandicoot pose. We're gonna bounce in a little bit because he seems kind of like a hyper guy, right? Hands always on the hips, got a goofy smile. And there we are. Okay, 3, 2, 1, straighten the legs. Bring the feet in even more. Feet still diagonal. And then we're coming into Donkey Kong pose. And I love Donkey Kong. Specifically like playing him in Smash Brothers, although I usually go for Kirby. But Donkey Kong's great. Gotta get all the bananas. And this next pose is kind of funny. I don't know how many of you will know about Untitled Goose Game, but it has become quite popular in our house. So we're going to become the goose. We're gonna take our wings out wide, take one wing, put it inside of this left foot, the other wing out. And in Untitled Goose Game, there's a lot of they're always stealing keys from people, throwing them in the pond, or knocking stuff over on tables. It's like the most ornery goose ever. Take the hands in and take the wings out again on the other side. So we're kind of twisting, looking around, figuring out what we're gonna do next. All right, so stay right where you are, but I'm gonna turn. We're coming into Angry Bird pose. And Angry Bird pose is really hard, kind of like the game. We're gonna take both hands and put them flat on the ground. And this is an arm balance pose. This is kind of an advanced yoga pose, but it's probably the best arm balance pose to start with. So you're gonna come on your tippy toes with your feet wide. You're gonna bend your arms and see if you can use the top part of your arms like a shelf. And if you can, great. Maybe you can even come off of the toes. How crazy is that? And if you fall, don't worry about it. You can always try it again. If you're kind of scared to try it, you can always put some pillows down so that if you kind of lose your balance, you just topple into some soft pillows. And again, bending the arms like a shelf. Leaning forward, picking the toes up. Gotta take some practice, but that is Angry Bird pose. Just pretty crazy. Just acting like an angry bird about to be slingshotted out for destruction. Next, we're going to be coming into Zelda's fairy pose, right? So we're thinking about the fairy. I can't remember what the fairy's name is, like Navi or something. And it always says, hey, listen. So we're going to make our legs kind of bounce up and down like fairy wings. Then bring them to a place of stillness.
See if you can grab your toes. If you can, straighten the back and maybe lean forward just a little bit here. Okay, next we're gonna take the feet wide, not as wide as you can, but just a little bit wide, and think of Little Big Planet, Sackboy, that little brown guy that looks like he's been crocheted or knitted. We're gonna take our hands and slide them down our legs until they're kind of as far as you can reach without bending over. And then you're gonna straighten your back, look up, and kind of melt forward just a little bit. And you might not melt forward very much. It's kind of hard to do with your back straight, but when your back is straight, the idea is that you're focusing on how nice the stretch feels and not on how close your hands are to your feet. The point of this stretch is not to touch your feet. I know, mind blown. The point is to feel a nice stretch on your legs. I always thought it was to touch my feet, and when I found out that wasn't the case, I was like, this is a game changer. All right, coming back up. We have 2 more poses. For this next one, we're gonna lay on our back. We're gonna make our feet straight into the air. Now, have any of you guys ever played Tetris before? We are in Tetris Pose, and I bet you can guess which piece we look like right now. Oh man, I was thinking of all the Tetris pieces and which one we could most easily act like. This was definitely the easiest one, for sure. This is also called candlestick pose in other yoga traditions. It's a nice little inversion. Okay, now very slowly, we're gonna place our hands onto the mat with our palms pressing down on the mat. We're gonna very slowly lower the feet. 5, 4, 3, use your abs here. 4, 2, 1, and lower all the way down. Stretch the hands up overhead, point the toes, stretch as much as you can. 3, 2, 1, and then relax everything. We are in game over pose. So in game over pose, we're just gonna relax the feet, relax the hands, get real comfy here. We're gonna take some nice restorative healing breaths here, because when you have game over, you've lost all your lives. So right now we're gonna kind of find our life again. We're gonna take 5 deep breaths. So inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. That was 1. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. 2, 3 more on your own. Last one. Nice. Okay, so we're gonna hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug for being so awesome. And we're about to level up. So we're gonna rock up to a seated position and place our hands on our knees, straighten up our spine. And great job, you did it. You just did gamer yoga with the Kansas City Public Library. I'm so glad you joined us today. Please join us next week. Next week we'll be doing Star Wars yoga. That's right, Star Wars yoga. I can't wait to get into baby Yoda pose. My little cup of tea. So please join us for poses like Chewbacca pose, baby Yoda, lightsaber pose, all the things. It's gonna be awesome. We will see you next time in our Fandom Yoga series. If you haven't followed us yet, please follow us at Youth and Family Engagement, Kansas City Public Library. That's all. Have a great day.